Welcome to this edition of Stellar Radio. My name is Sean McEwen, and on today's episode, we will be talking about making the transition from res into your own house. Now, for a lot of students, this can be a very scary time, but trust me, it's well worth it. There will be a lot of bumps in the road, though, as you slowly adjust to living by yourself with dealing with things like transportation.
Oh, it's annoying because I've missed my bus about 7 times already in the past week, so yeah. Just because usually I could wake up, walk right downstairs, and go right to my class in my pajamas, but now I have to get up at like 6 something, catch one bus, hopefully get there on time, then walk across Fanshawe. That's annoying.
For students moving into new houses, there are a lot of new adjustments that have to be made. They will have to realize that there is much more things that they will have to do than they did in res the year before.
There's a lot more planning now, living in our own place. Like with transportation, we have to wake up earlier, we have to look at the bus routes and plan accordingly there. Meals, we have to plan more. We don't have a meal plan, so we have to figure out what we're eating each day and make it. There's also no cleaning staff here, so we actually have to keep things decently clean and clean when it's needed. We had to set up cable and internet that was set up in res already.
One other major adjustment for young students coming out of res is the fact that they will actually have to leave school to go get something to eat.
Yeah, no, because I bought a lot of stuff that's really cheap, and I try to make it last because I don't want to go grocery shopping because I'm lazy, and the grocery stores are so far away from me. But it's definitely a lot harder than going downstairs to like Oasis and, oh, meal card, and get some food. Oh yeah, you just have to you have to pay for TV and internet, and you had to call to get that all set up, so it took a while, and there were like days you didn't have TV or internet and you were just bored.
For students trying to find somewhere to live, it can be either a very drawn-out process or one that happens quick and painlessly.
It was definitely a challenge. I had a lot of roommate drama, you could say. For instance, my first roommate, we looked at a lot of houses very early, and it was getting to a couple weeks before we were done school, and things just didn't work out. So I decided to live with Garrett, and we just looked at a previous house that me and the other person already looked at, and it just worked out well.
Pretty well, yeah. I didn't really look, and then my buddy looked, and I was like, oh, sure, I'll live with you, and it's pretty easy for me. But he had a pretty stressful time because people bailed on him, and then
But the advantages of moving into your own home are great, as students will have the chance to become completely independent.
There's definitely a lot more freedom that comes along with living on your own completely. Like, there's no residence advisors at all. Our location is good. Like, we live pretty much in the middle of the city, close to downtown. So that's always good. There's just basically more freedom that comes along with it.
it's nice because you can cook all your own meals here, though. Like, you have a stove, a full-size kitchen. It's a lot better than res. And there's, you can bring certain things to cook that you couldn't bring in the res into your own apartment.
Moving into your own house out of res can be a very scary time for students, but it's important to realize that this is a necessary step in growing up, as you will learn all the independent skills that you need to survive after school, so that when you're done here at Fanshawe, you won't have to move back into your parents' basement. Make sure you join us on our next edition of Stellar Radio. I'm Sean McEwen from XFM News.